Good afternoon. Obviously, just to start off, just so excited to be here and to be able to play in the ACC Championship Game. The journey that we've been on, just to go 12 weeks in the regular season, and for our team just to continue to answer the call, week in and week out. The relationships that have been built, the performance that they've put out there on the field, and who they are off the field is something that's really special. It's the first year of not having divisions in the ACC, and to see the best two teams, you get an opportunity to compete tomorrow night. I mean, a lot of respect for Coach Brom, his football team, a lot of explosive playmakers all over the field. We're excited about the opportunity that we have, and we know the challenge that's ahead. But it's going to be a great night, great atmosphere. It's what college football is all about. Building to get an opportunity, and that's what we've worked for and have here in front of us. But I think we've had a really good week of work, and our guys have prepared at a very high level. A lot of excitement around our team and our program. For what we have ahead, and we've got some more work to do leading up to 8:15 tomorrow night. But we're excited for the chance to showcase the identity of this team once more.
Questions, raise your hand. Let's get the mics to you and let us know who you are and who you're with. First one to our right.
With your coach Matt Truckinelli from Herb FM Sports Radio, and what are the things that have led to your success of having a 12-0 season so far?
It comes down to the players, their work ethic, the buy-in, taking each experience and really working to get better from it. And I think we have a confident football team. They're confident because of the experience and the experiences that they've had and the work that they poured into it. They really care about each other. We found ourselves in a lot of different situations throughout those 12 games. We've been up big. We've had moments where we've trailed. We've had to come back, and this team has never flinched. They really have a lot of belief in each other, and we've got a lot of talented individuals on our roster.
Middle of the room.
Adam Lemery, Herb FM Sports Radio. Just talk about the impact that Keon Coleman has had on his team this year.
Keon is a special player, and not only what he does at receiver, how he's impacted our special teams units. An unbelievable punt returner, but he's a great teammate. He makes everybody around him better. He's come in from the very first day, and he's really worked at an extremely high level. He's come in and learned the system. We can move him around a lot of different places. His game speaks for itself. Just the versatility, the playmaking ability. He's definitely a wonderful example of what we want, and he's just continued to impress with each opportunities that he's got, and he's made big plays in every game, and we're going to need him to show up again big tomorrow night.
Again, middle of the room.
Hey, Mike, Chris Idell from Herberton Radio. I guess we got all three here. Just talking about the quarterbacks. I know this year we had a lot of games that it was like we had fourth quarter and took Jordan out and probably the other quarterbacks. And is it good to have them come into the fourth quarter to know the system, just in case if something happened like tomorrow that is ready to go?
No, absolutely, and we've been in good situations where we have been able to get some experience with guys, and Tate's done a really nice job. We had to go in the North Alabama game. Obviously had to play the better part of that game, and really did a great job throughout it. You saw a week ago, Brock, for a short period of time had to go in, and when Tate went out, and so the more experience that those guys get, obviously the more comfortable they feel. There's nothing like preparing yourself for game day, and you can do all the things that you want in practice, but when you step out on that field, just the speed, the intensity, all the things that go around it is what makes it so special to play, but also so unique to be able to prepare for. But I'm glad we've had the experiences that we've had, and I think those guys have taken advantage of it.
Back left.
You're listening to ESPN.com. Mike, as a follow-up to that, with Tate going through the process, what will determine whether you can play him off?
Coming out of the game last week, Tate obviously had the big hit, there in the fourth quarter. We went over, was able to go through all of our sideline evaluations, and was able to pass that to be able to go back in the game for the last play that we had there offensively. And then came in Sunday, had a few symptoms of things that we've started our process then, and we've worked through it throughout the course of the week. Has been able to practice throughout the week in limited spots, but that's going to be something that's going to go up to game day, and we'll continue on with our process of evaluation and see where it goes from there.
To our right.
Hey Mike, David Hay with ESPN. Along those lines, how did you handle practice reps with those guys this week? And how much does the game plan change, Jordan to Tate to Brock? Is it essentially the same game plan, or do you have to make adjustments based on who's out there?
We've allowed, really all those guys to be able to get work. Tate's has gotten some work, a lot more individuals, some in team. Brock has got the bulk of it, especially as we've gotten, gone through more of the live situations that we've implemented. But Tate has been there. He's been in all the meetings. He's like I said, he's gotten some work out there in practice. And then AJ Duffy has also gotten some reps with the different units. And so our guys, the game plan doesn't have to change a whole lot. I think when you see Brock, his skill set that he brings even through the week of practice, we're all preparing to be able to play, and it's the same thing that we faced a week ago. Going and playing our last regular season game. He knew that he was going to be one play away, and ultimately he had to go in and he had to be ready for that situation, and he was. And so we've approached it the same way. We know the process we have to go through, and there's certain benchmarks that we'll go through and see, and as we lead up to game day or to game time, and then we'll see where it's at. But all those guys are ready and they're prepared if their number gets called.
To our left.
Hi, Coach. Jen Lewis, New Stitch Media, through Chicks in a Pod. With this season being as special as it was, what has been one lesson you've learned about yourself as a coach, and also what has been the most impactful or most special play that you saw that occurred on the field this year?
It's not necessarily a lesson that's learned, but it's just a validation of the impact that can be made. And it's not just on the field. People think about coaching, they think about play calls, they think about all those things. It's, I love watching these young men grow. I love watching, just their journey that they get to be on. And, for all the things we came into this year with big expectations, we had to, we started off the season with a very challenging, difficult first month of the season. 3 of our first 4 on the road, and having to go and just to see a team that embraced that worked for it, that truly believed in each other. That regardless of what showed up, they were true to each other. And I think that all the standards and the expectations that we have within our program, on and off the field for our guys. You see them growing up, and you see, the way that they're able to handle, tough and challenging situations. You see how they're able to handle success, because sometimes that's one of the biggest challenges you'll face is whenever you're doing well. We've played 12 games, and we've been victorious in every one of them. And to not get complacent, to not get comfortable, to continue to work on improving. That's something that's really validated. Just this journey. This has been a 4-year process here at Florida State, and to be able to see those positive steps that have been taken, it's just so gratifying for me. I'm grateful for the players I get to coach, the staff I get to be with, and to pinpoint one play. It would be tough to probably just pick one out, but that touchdown pass in overtime at Clemson was a pretty good one, and I enjoyed that one quite a bit. But you see great players that are giving everything that they have with each step with each play that they get, and it's fun when you see them playing together and just the confidence that they have.
Last row seats.
Hey Mike, Matt Baker with the Tampa Bay Times. Another quarterback question. Where have you seen the most growth from Brock Glenn so far this season?
Brock's it's been an interesting and kind of challenging year for him. He came in January, and he is he's amazing. His maturity level, the mindset which he brings, the confidence that he has. The way that he can operate within a group of guys. You saw something, even in his first semester that was special. And just when he jumped out on the field, guys, there's a buzz around him. He just really does a wonderful job with that. This year, first game he goes in, he actually has an injury to his non-throwing hand, but it kept him out of action for a few weeks of the season. And once he was able to clear and get back out for practice, just the mindset, the approach, the communication, becoming more consistent in all the things that we ask that position to do, not knowing if he's going to get an opportunity. People talk about, it's challenging being a second string quarterback. Well, it can even be much more challenging being a third string quarterback because you don't necessarily know the path. You don't ever know when that that moment might might happen where you have to go in there and you have to help impact this team to win a game. But what I've loved is just Brock's maturity and how he has been in the meeting room, the ownership he takes in each practice rep. I mean, the good, the bad, and then you just see him continuing to grow and get better with all things, and just being consistent in what we ask him to do. So, he's still young. I mean, he's a true freshman, but he is he's definitely mature beyond his age.
Back row seats again.
Yeah, Corey Clark, WarChant.com. We talked earlier in the week, Mike, about, I don't know, the moxie it takes for Brock to call that, or not call that play, but run that play he ran in the swamp. And you said he's never gonna be a kid that doubts his own self-belief. If he does play a minute, quarter, the whole game, how important is that to know that he probably won't be overwhelmed by the moment? He believes in himself and what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's huge. I mean, because it's one thing for a coach or for others to try to pour that into somebody, but when you can step around someone and they have it and it's real and it's true, it's not something that's put on, and it gives everybody around him a lot of confidence as well. And so he knows that he had to be ready last week, and it was the same thing. As his reps increased, there as we were preparing for in our last regular season game, obviously it was even accelerated this week, with Tate being limited. And so I mean, he's just he's one that he's not gonna hold back. He's gonna put all that he has into it. He's gonna if he has to go on the field, I've got a lot of confidence in what that's gonna look like and what it's gonna be. And he just once again as we talk about with Tate just needs to go be the best Tate he can be. Brock, if he gets the opportunity and he needs to go out there, I can promise you that's all we need from him. And same thing with AJ. I mean, those guys that's what's great about this game, is that you just never know. And we've been thrown into a situation. Obviously, I feel for Jordan this week. I mean, we're sitting here playing in the conference championship, 12-0, and a lot of things that he's been working for the last 4 years that we've been together. And he's gonna have a job and a responsibility, but he's just not gonna be able to to help impact us on the field. But he was such a wonderful example of what it looks like in how to prepare, in what you invest in, and putting all that you have. And even in this moment, which is it's hard for him, there's no regrets because he gave it all. And and that's where I think these guys can see that example and know that, I mean, if I get called upon, I'm gonna be ready because I've done the things necessary to put myself in the best position to go help this team win.
To our left.
Darren Stoltzfus, West True News, Orlando. Mike, you said it 4 years ago, you'd be in this position, you'd build to this point, but you didn't have the easiest start. What was it a year and a half ago that kind of finally switched and got this team started to get to where you are now?
No, it didn't start. It wasn't a year and a half ago. It was at the very beginning. It was the consistency through the journey. It's people like to point to a positive moment and say, well, that's where it turned. I think the response to some of the challenges, guys not pulling back, guys not giving in, just continuing to believe. And I think that was something that was big for our coaching staff, is we had to be consistent for them. We didn't go and change every week, what the standard and expectation was. And this is how we're going to operate. This is what we're going to do. Did it always return immediate positive results? No, but you saw growth. You saw guys that were getting better. You saw that we were getting closer. And then, as we continued on, and our first year we only got to play 9 games. Most first years you get 12, right? We had to, even going into the next season, we're still learning what that looked like. And then, as we went through that year, we were able to finish, with progressing where we were, where you saw some of those positive reactions and responses to in situations where we won a game, we won a rivalry game, we were able to do some good things. And then, the guys just kept working, they kept believing, and then we've just been on our ascent from then.
Third row to our right.
Matt Truckinelli, Herb FM Sports Radio. Playing in close games like your rivals, like with Miami and against Florida, how would that be beneficial to you guys in the ACC Championship Game?
Well, it's tomorrow night's going to be an emotional game. There's been so much work that's gone into it. I like the way our schedule has kind of played out. To play your 2 biggest rivals, to the last 3 weeks of the regular season. Those have been emotional contests at home, and then having to go do it on the road a week ago, and to see the ups and downs of what those games can provide. This is going to be a battle tomorrow night, and we're excited about it. We're excited about what's going to show up because we know we're playing a dang good football team, but we've also been in big games. We've been in emotional moments. We've had to respond. We played from ahead, we've played from behind, but this team, I mean, they've got tremendous heart, tremendous character, and I'm excited to watch them play.
Second row.
Mike, both of these teams have found a lot of success through the transfer portal in getting you guys to where you are. Jeff was asked before, how he approached evaluation in the portal, and he said, look, I just look for the most talented guys, and I want to get them regardless of what the reputation on them might have been coming in. What is your approach to evaluation and finding the right guys that are going to be a fit for you guys?
Yeah, I think it comes down to fit, and they're obviously, for me, the makeup of the individual, it matters. I mean, there's a lot of talented guys that are out there, and to come into this program, we push, and we push in every area, on the field, off the field, and I think the thing that you've seen within our program is that everybody has a different journey to get here. But with all those unique journeys, I mean, there is a similar mindset, and we've got a very close football team, and we've got a team that they love who they get to play with. They care about who they get to play for, and we get to do this all together. And so making sure that yes, you got to have a certain level of talent and ability and things that we're looking for. They're on the field, but also who they are off the field matters. And I think you've seen some of our best leaders have been able to come into this program, from the outside, maybe as a transfer, and you see some great leaders that we have that have come in and developed from the high school ranks. And I thought this week it was pretty cool that the 23 individuals that were recognized in all ACC. I mean, almost half of them were high school guys that have developed through the program, and half of them were guys that have been able to come in and find a home and the right opportunity here at Florida State. But it still comes down just to the right fit, guys that love to work, that they care about each other, and they just want to push to be their best in everything.
Front row.
C.L. Brown with the Louisville Courier-Journal. Mike, given the way players are so active on social media right now and the potential college football playoff impact of this game, how do you kind of navigate the singular focus on just this game and the chips fall where they may after?
Yeah, I mean, I don't talk to them a whole lot about it. Our focus every day, for 4 years has been just to go get better, being our best. And I truly believe if we can control that, the rest of it will take care of itself. And I think that's helped us, being able to, as we've had some success, to be able to sustain that and to be able to continue to grow, continue to get better, continue to respond, because there's plenty of distractions in this world. And if you allow yourself to be distracted on something that you really can't control in the moment, then there's no way you're going to be able to put out the best of what you can be. And I've got a lot of confidence in what we can do, and there's. For everything else that's on the outside, I mean, right now we can't do a whole lot about it. But going out there tomorrow night and playing the best that we can, we'll make our statement and showcase the identity of what this team's all about. And I know where that would lead us.
Last row in the seats.
Mike, you talked about Jordan having a job tomorrow. I know he couldn't be on the field in Florida. Can he be on the field in this game? Will he be on the headsets? Will he talk to Tate and Brock and the quarterback?
No, he probably will not be down on the sideline. Just as obviously as he's recovering with injury, and but his presence. And that's where he'll be there tonight. With the team at the hotel. Tomorrow throughout the course of the day. It's just. Him being there, I mean, his support, his encouragement. I mean, he's a special man, and we all have a job to do, and everybody within the program. And the thing that I ask is that when they show up, and that we all give our best to make a positive impact to those that are around us. And I know Jordan Travis is going to do that tomorrow.
Middle of the room.
Hey Mike, tomorrow with the weather coming, do you think the running game's gonna get ready to get that mud on the tires and get going?
Well, it's going to be, we'll see what the weather holds tomorrow at 8 o'clock. But, obviously it's something that we've prepared for, something that we've been preparing for that for the last 12 weeks. And, it's another thing that you can't control, but you can prepare for. And, our guys, they know that whatever the situation or circumstance is, we'll be ready to respond, whether it's, on the ground or in the air. We're going to find a way to go out there and be our best.
Back row.
Mike, as a follow-up to CL's question on the playoff, there's another school and another conference that has already started to make public statements and lobby about why they would be deserving if they make it to the playoff. why do you feel like you just want your play tomorrow to make that statement for you as opposed to verbal statements today?
Because I believe in our team. Because that's what we have. We have a football team, and people try to point it to one player. They try to point it to a side of the ball. None of that matters. It comes down to we've had 12 opportunities to go out there and play this game, and we've found a way to be successful in every one of them. And we found ourselves in challenging situations. We've been able to do a lot of great things, but none of the lobbying or the talking about it will matter if we don't take care of business tomorrow. So if it gets to a point where I need to make a statement verbally about my belief in this team, I believe we'll show up tomorrow night, and that statement will be louder than any words I could say today. And that's what we're aspiring to be and aspiring to do. A lot of people love to talk. I mean, I want to see a team that acts, and we take care of our business, and I've got a lot of confidence in where that will lead us.
To your right, Coach.
Ken Spencer, WHAS 11. Mike, what stands out to you about Jeff Brom and about this Louisville team in particular?
I mean, it's you're so very well coached. I mean, they're going to attack in a variety of different ways: offense, defense, special teams. You utilize his personnel. He's got a lot of versatility within his football team and their method of attack. I mean, they're going to be able to run the football. They're going to take their shots down the field. He's going to try to keep you off balance with motions, adjustments, different variations of formations, and he has really good players that he gets the ball to, and they make an impact. But then you look at them defensively, it's really the same thing. Just they're going to attack, and they've done a great job. One of the best defenses in the country. They play with passion. They play extremely hard. You're a tough, hard-nosed football team, and that's what makes this game going to be a great game. And it's a great representation of the ACC, and I think their staff has done a wonderful job throughout the course of the season, and and just seeing their players gel together, and their confidences continue to grow, and he just does a wonderful job.
Again, to our right, Coach.
Kendrick Haskins, Wade with Louisville. Coach, as someone who's taken over programs in the past, how much can you appreciate what Coach Brown has been able to do in 1 year?
I mean, I think it's remarkable, and for him to be able to come back to his home and to be able to do that, and he's done a great job in being able to bring in players to help him in that process, and some of the guys that have been there that have continued on, that are continuing to grow and get better. It's always a tough and challenging thing, but it is a new age in college football. I mean, there's a different way of in these last few years of how you can transition into a job or an opportunity that's different than any time before. So I think he's done a great job in it, and that's why they're here tomorrow night.
Any other questions? We'll take two more if anyone has one.
Matt Truckinelli, Herb FM Sports Radio. Since Jordan Travis's injury, how has he motivated and also energized the team?
Well, he just he cares so much, and I think even the night that he got injured, that weekend, I mean, just to see the outreach from our players to just go support him, because they've been receiving so much from him for the last 4 years, and you see somebody that cares, you see somebody that is so selfless. I mean, he's one of the best players in all of college football, and he will never tell you that. He was going to show up, and he's going to care about his teammates. He's going to work. He's going to just pour it all in to help them be as good as they can possibly be. And when he went down, it was a great opportunity for his teammates to be able to show him how much they care. And I think it's been twofold. And the first thing that the Saturday night that he got hurt, first thing he told me when I went to see him was, he goes, "I'm going to be in Gainesville next Saturday." He goes, "I'm going to be at that game. I don't care what I have to do. I will be there for this team." And I walk out in pregame and it's raining, and I mean, he's got a trash bag wrapped around his leg, and I'm just like, man, that's a real man. And he is just a special person, and so if you need much more motivation than that, then I mean, he's living it.
Last question, left aisle.
Irish NFL WarChant.com. What have you seen from the team in the sense of not knowing who the quarterback's going to be at such an important position going into last week and then this week? Just how have they been bothered by it, or have they just gone about their business?
We all have a job to do, and obviously with Tate being limited throughout the week, I mean, it would open up the door for other guys to prepare and to get ready, and so we've all had to push, and I don't think they've been bothered by it. And you take quarterbacks, and each quarterback has their own unique personality, and Tate's personality is different than Jordan's, and Jordan this year was different than Jordan last year. So you see, obviously who Brock is, AJ, all those guys. And so when they get their chance to step on the field, I don't need them to try to be a copycat of the other. I just need them to be genuinely who they are and then go, but they all have to make that same similar investment. They all have to you got to feel their presence in how they work, in how they communicate, in the way that in the effort that they give, and that's what's been consistent, and that's what I'm most proud of in that room. I think Coach Tokar's done a great job with that room, and the guys around them, they know that regardless of who has to be out there or who gets to be out there and to take a snap, I mean, it's our job to go play together and to go make each other better with the performances that we have. And I've got a lot of confidence that our team will continue to do that, and as they've done it throughout the season, and we'll get another opportunity tomorrow night.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.